If you're sick and tired of missing golf shots to the right like this, look, we've all been there. Maybe you're still missing those shots there. Maybe you have with some clubs, but not with others. But either way, there's one thing, if you're missing shots to the right, that you haven't been able to fix yet. And it's very easy to fix once you know what it is. I'm going to show you exactly that in today's video, plus a simple 3-step process you can take right out to the golf course to immediately fix your right shots and hit the ball much better. Okay, if we never want to hit a golf shot to the right ever again, it's really important to understand one main thing. Once we understand this, I'm going to show you how to implement this in your swing. You see, the one thing, this is really important, the one thing we must control to never hit that ball to the right again is the ability to be able to close our club face relative to our club path. That's so important. I'm going to say that again. The ability to close our club face to our club path is going to give us the ability to fix that right shot. One of two things will happen. One, when you learn this, you'll stop hitting it. Or two, if you ever do hit a ball to the right, you'll be able to fix it immediately. Now, there's 3 key areas in the swing that I see golfers struggle with this all the time that I'm going to show you. I call it, this drill we're going to do, the turn it, tilt it, tilt it. Turn it, tilt it, tilt it. That's the mantra I want you to keep in your mind here. Now, the turn it, starting with your setup position, I want you to try this with me. Hold your hands out in front of you with your thumbs straight forward. Like, get up and do this with me right now if you're watching. Thumb straight forward to where the golf ball would be. Now, from my point of view, that would be, we'll call that like 12 o'clock. Now, what we want to have happen, and we're going to put someone like Tommy Fleetwood on the screen to show you this. What we want to have happen is we want to actually turn your hands and turn your arms at your setup position to facilitate a stronger setup and a more closed club face in swing, right? Like we said was most important. What I want you to do is take your thumbs from about 12 o'clock and I want you to turn them to your right or clockwise until they reach about 2 o'clock. So for me, they're pointing on about a 45-degree angle. 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Now notice as we're doing this and you're feeling this, how when I change my thumb position to a stronger grip, which is going to help me close the face more, notice how it changes my arm position. This is really important. When I start, both my elbows are pointed towards my body, right? Kind of diagonally. As I strengthen my grip a little bit, notice my left elbow starts to do what? Points out towards the target a little bit, right? So my arm's getting rotated as well. What about my right elbow? Now my right elbow gets pointed towards me. So as you're getting your thumbs from 12 to 2, your lead elbow should be pointed to the left of you about 45 degrees. Your arm's turned a little bit. And your right elbow gets turned towards you. See the difference there? So my pit of my elbow, look at the Tommy Fleetwood's more away. And the left elbow's between me and the target's turned. You'll also notice as I'm doing that from the down the line camera, see how there starts to be a little bit of a gap between my arms. Right arm underneath the left. That's what I'm looking for to get the club face more closed. When I take that feel and I put that in with a club, what you're going to notice with my grip in my arms, or that gives me a nice stronger grip position, the V's between my thumb and index finger on both hands over by my, between your ear and your shoulder like Tommy Fleetwood there. That's going to help us in swing with the ability to close the club face. What I don't want to do, and if you're someone who misses to the right, the first thing we need to check off is if we have too weak of a setup position, that'd be taking your thumbs from 12 and turning them to like 11 or 10. Notice when I do that, what happens? The left elbow points more towards me. What about the right elbow? More behind me, right? Right arm gets above the left of the setup position. This would put me in a weaker grip, which all things equal in swing is going to make my club face more open. Now, if you're watching this and you've got a weaker position and you're able to square the club face and you shoot like par or better, then I wouldn't worry about it. Okay, you can continue that. But if you're like 99% of the rest of us and you're shooting the 80s, 90s, or 100 and struggling with that right shot, I want you to start here. And the way this video is going to sequence is I want you to start with this piece first. And if this solves the right misses, this is all I want you to do. Set up thumbs from 12 to 2, left elbows a little bit more towards the target, right elbows towards me. And now I want you to hit some shots with this. I've got a 7-iron, and I want you to do is with what I would consider like half or 3/4 swings. I'm gonna probably hit these between like 100 and 125 yards. I want you to take your setup, feel that same thing, thumbs turned towards about 2, elbow a little bit more towards the target, lead elbow, right elbow towards me. And when I feel that at the setup, that gets those V's over towards my right, let's say shoulder, right collarbone. My left elbow is a little more out towards the target and my right elbow is a little more towards me. And I want you to hit some, for me, I got the clock out there. I want you to hit a couple little half shots with just that feel. So I hit that ball about dead straight, maybe, no, it's about dead straight. I don't even say an inch left or right. We'll call it dead straight. So if you hit balls with that, and we know if you miss to the right, regardless of what else is going on in your swing, the ability to learn to close the club face is the thing that will enable you to not hit the ball to the right. If you're hitting the ball and it's curving too far to the right, this is going to fix the curve immediately. If you're hitting the ball and your path's too far right and you're just pushing it right, like a straight right, closing the club face will help it curve back to the target. So no matter where you're at, this is going to help you reduce that right shot. It starts with the setup. This is the turn it. We're turning our arms from straight in front of us to a little bit to the right. Okay, part number 2, which we call tilt it. Let's assume you hit some shots where you've got the setup position correct, like we talked about. Left elbow 45, right elbow towards me, V's, a little to the right. The next thing that could happen is when we start our swing, I could immediately ruin that by doing what? Rolling the club face too open. The first thing outside of setup is if I get the club face too open, I've just destroyed what I've done at the setup position. This means we want to build a good foundation here. We want to make sure that we start the swing correctly and keep the club face what? Tilted down. Pull up Max Homa here on the side. You know, the club head is for people going to be in different spots, but we want to see the toe. This is important. Toe of the club is where relative to the heel? In front of. Here'd be bad. Club face open. Where's the toe to the heel? Behind it. Club face open. If I pull that to the front, Cam, let's split screen. See that toe behind the heel? No good. Open club face. Where's the ball going? Right. But if I keep the toe slightly in front of the heel, right, that, if I stand up, gives me a nice square club face. So like Max Homa, like a lot of good golfers we're going to see, I'm going to get my setup good, right? Give me the Tommy Fleetwood setup position. And then I want to control the club face early. For me, and a lot of golfers, that's going to feel like the toe, right, is in front of the heel. That's the checkpoint. Club head pretty much in line with your hands. You might feel like the club face stays pointed at the ball a little longer. At the sky is open for right. At the ball is good. Now at the ground ain't good. Okay, that's too close. But a little bit tilted down at the ball. I feel like to do that, and a lot of my students, like my left glove logo is pointed level to the ground or slightly down. Left glove logo and right palm. See how when I point those down, the club goes down? Point those up, the club goes up, right? So slightly down towards the ground. So you do the setup piece first, right? Make sure the grip and arms are correct, turn it, and then piece 2 is you tilt it. And you're gonna control that from the setup till about hip high. Setup, thumbs at 12, turn to 2, left elbow's about 45, right elbow's towards me. Right, I'm gonna have my setup position like that. My right arm should be slightly under the left from down the line. And now I'm gonna feel like I'm going to tilt it, which means keep the club face tilted down. I'm gonna do it for 1, reset my setup feel, do it for 2. Now I've got my same clock, and when you're hitting with like a 7-iron here, I want your golf balls to finish at or left of the target. What's our main issue in this video? Missing which way? To the right, right? So if anything, we want to feel the opposite, miss a little bit to the left, if anything, overdo it. So a little bit turned at the setup, tilted down, feeling like the club face is at the ball a little longer, toe in front of the heel, and if anything, I want this to go a little bit to the left. And there we go. There's another one that's like pretty much, you see the shot trace there, it's pretty much right at the target line. Now, that's not one that I want you to like, hey, you could over exaggerate as much as possible. I don't want you to do that. I want you to get it to the point where it's about toe right on top of the heel like this and like Max Homa. Okay, that you don't have room to just like do as much as you want there. Now, let's say you did the setup position and you did the tilting down. Could I be in a good position here and from here to the top or on the way through still open the face too much and hit it to the right? Absolutely, I see it all the time. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to apply things there to make sure we close it as well. I like to start that by actually making sure we close the club face from here through the ball. Turn it at setup, tilt it down during the takeaway, and then tilt it down on the way through. Now tilt it down on the way through. If I'm hitting towards you, you'll see from both angles here, I want you to feel like you get the same angle of the club during the takeaway, meaning see how the toe is in front of the heel. If you're my target line, now let's go back to this camera. Here's my takeaway, toes in front of the heel, right? Face tilted down. When you swing through the ball, I want you to get that same spot, toe in front of the heel, tilted down. And if I pull that up, you'll see that exaggerates closing the face a little bit. We have the ball going which way? Everybody together, to the right. Why? Club face open, right? What do we need to do? Close it more. Are we manually closing that through the ball? Absolutely. Is that okay? Yes, it's a must. You must do that. So when we're hitting shots, you've done the setup. That didn't quite solve it yet for you. You did the little takeaway, getting a little better, but still some shots to the right. So we need to add a little bit more on the way through. How do I do that? Well, I do it the same way I did the takeaway. We said during the takeaway, from here to here, right? The toes in front of the heel, face of the ball, but I said my glove logo or back of left hand and right palm are both down a little, down towards the ground. Well, from here through the ball, I'm gonna feel that same feeling. Glove logo and right palm down from here the whole way through. Glove logo and right palm down to the point where I get here, where the toes in front of the heel from this angle, you'll see the glove logo points a little bit down and the right palm points a little bit down. Now the Max Homa model we'll see, and a normal swing from here is tilted down. Through the ball, you really just want to get the toe right on top of the heel. That'd be normal. But since we're still missing to the right, we're going to exaggerate a little and get the toe in front of the heel. Okay, so setup position, setup, thumbs in front. This is a video, something if you miss to the right, that I want you to come back to year after year as like a blueprint. Okay, this isn't something you got to just do one time. Keep coming back to this and learning this. Setup, we're going to turn it. Thumbs go from at the ball to 2, left elbow 45, right elbow towards me. Okay, that gets me to square the club face with the setup. Puts my hands in the club, give me the best odds of success to close it. So setup position turned a little bit. Takeaway tilted down. Now through the ball, left glove logo, right palm down, and we're gonna get it tilted down there. So these are like little half swings, right? If I clip the ground. Turn it at setup, tilt it, tilt it. Now, this is an area of the swing in terms of tilting it through the ball that I would want you to exaggerate if the ball's still going to the right. Make sure the setup's good. Make sure the takeaway is good. We'll talk about top of backswing in a second, but this is where you could really exaggerate. How much? I mean, I wouldn't be shy about even letting the glove logo go all the way down towards the ground or the face down. Is that way too much? Absolutely. But might you need to feel that to get to neutral? Also absolutely. Okay, let's put those together. Turn it at the setup, left elbow, right elbow, tilt it down, a little 1/2 or 3/4 swing. I got my clock. I'm gonna try and go at or left of that. Yeah, there's a great example. I probably hit that, 3-yard draw, it's maybe 10 feet, if, maybe left of the clock. So what does that tell me? That tells me I hit the ball pretty straight. My club face was pretty square to my path. Did I overdo that too much? Not really. It only went 10 feet to the left. You might be like, holy cow, I really feel like I'm doing that to hit it 10 feet left. Good. That's the amount you need to do to get 10 feet left. That will get more normal over time, okay? Let's do one more like that. Turn it at the setup, boom. I'm gonna tilt it down during the takeaway. Glove logo, palm down, toe in front of the heel. I'm gonna tilt it down through the ball. Glove logo down, right palm down, toe in front of the heel. I'm gonna try and hit this a little more left here on purpose, over exaggerate those feels. Yeah, and that's son of a gun. You hate to, not that straight's bad, but that's about straight. So for me right now, I need to feel that level, right? For me to hit the ball straight at the target. What this is gonna do, again, is fix those shots that you hit to the right, and or B, at minimum, if you go golf and you start hitting it to the right, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. You'll know exactly what to do. You have to implement these to fix that. Okay, so I'd like you to kind of live within that zone to start with. This is where I start a lot of students at who miss the ball to the right. And look, for the past 18 years or so, probably 80+% of people I see, whether online or in person, struggle with the shot at some point. You probably do now, or you have. If it comes up in the future, you'll know what to do. You want to learn how to overdraw them to the left, right? That's kind of the goal here. And if you get the setup good, get it good here, odds are you're going to be good. But could I do all those and still from the takeaway to the top in transition, open it too much? For sure. I've seen people open it everywhere. So I just want to show you one other little Max Homa model, kind of keep this in your back pocket. Let's pull up Max Homa at the top of the swing. You're going to see how flat his lead wrist is. and how the club face is nice and square at the top of the swing. And so just as a little indicator, if you're doing this and the ball still wants to go to the right, the next piece that I would start to look at, right, turned at setup, tilted down. From here, from the takeaway to the top, I'd feel like I'm flattening the left wrist, bending back to right. That means like glove logo and right palm away from you. And I could even feel that a little more in transition. I'm gonna pull up a video at the end to kind of talk more about that. But from here to the takeaway to the top, if anything, I'm gonna add a little bit of that flattening of the left wrist like the Max Homa to make sure that I'm not opening it too much. So turned at the setup, tilted down, flatten the wrist, tilted down. Turned at the setup, tilted down, flat left wrist, tilted down. And there's another one. So like I'm needing to feel these right now to hit the ball fairly straight, which is a good indicator for me of like, okay, hey, I'm probably getting a little too open, which I am, and missing to the right on my normal swings. Great. Okay, now I know I can exaggerate even more until I see some curve left. Turn it at the setup, tilted down, flatten the left wrist, glove logo away. Start turning this on the way through. And don't be shy about turning that pretty early in the downswing. Turn it, tilt it, flatten that lead wrist. Yeah, there was a nice one. There's another one, probably about 10 feet left of the target there. Okay, so look, if you're struggling with the right shots, this video is definitely gonna help you. Again, use this as a blueprint to come back to and fix this over and over and over again. I'm gonna link a video at the end that talks a little bit more. If you got all those and are still missing right, about how to keep squaring it earlier in the downswing, I'll link a card on there to help you with that. If you ever want any coaching, right help, go to cogornogolf.com. Try the Swing Coach app. It's the best thing I've ever seen. Stand right behind you, give you 24/7 feedback on your swings right at home. If you'd love to come down here to Boca, we're doing 2-day golf schools all throughout 2026. We'd love to have you. All that info is down in the description down below. Thank you guys for watching. All right, guys, if you're interested in a winter golf school, we just made the dates live down in Boca Raton in South Florida. We're partnering with our good friends at the Don Law Golf Academy. I've personally hand-selected some of the best coaches in the world to be there along with me to give you a 2-day event that I want you to never forget. I want you to have a transformational event for your golf game. I want you to have a blast. I want to hang out and spend some time together. We're going to work on your game in the morning. We're going to go play in the afternoon. Plus, you're going to get access to everything we have on the website. You're going to get 90 days of coaching afterwards. We want to give you a plan to ideally cut your handicap in half, right? To really make a difference in your game. I'd love to have you there. We had a great time at Woodstone in September. We're going to have a great time this winter. We'll put a link in the description down below. It'll be the first link. Click on that, check out the details, send us a message with any questions you have. Look forward to seeing some of you there. If you want to watch more like this, check out this video next.